My name's Ruth from Gothic Decay and I produce work that looks like this. So this week we're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to create some little hydrangea flowers. Now these are real hydrangea flowers, somewhat squashed after the move. They were rather more round than that, but they've developed a certain streamlined nature. But hopefully you recognise these from hydrangea bushes that have gone over and are not normally this flat. But I was going to try and recreate some of those. So we start with tea bags. This isn't actually Harrod's tea, this is just the pot I'm using to keep tea bags in. So when you make a cup of tea, fish out the tea bag as usual and let it dry on the side for a few days, and this kind of colour will appear on the paper. Just to make sure it's properly dry, just make a little tear down the side, tip out all the bits, and then remove this little seam and leave it properly to dry somewhere. I used to leave them on a windowsill when my neighbours thought that was a little bit strange, but that's all right, not the first time. So here we then will have, it doesn't matter if they're round or square or triangular bags, doesn't matter, they're all not all the same, but kind of all the same. A few little bits come out, but that's okay. And so then you have these two little pieces of paper. So very, very handy for all kinds of things, especially dead leaves and that kind of thing. So what we will do is we will get a little petal shape like that. Trace onto the, might work a bit better on that bit because it's a bit thinner. There we are. Trace the petal shape onto there with a pencil, and then when I found the one I had already made, which I have lost, so I put it somewhere safe, which is always a bad sign. Where are we? Ah, there we are. I have 4 petals drawn round onto this piece of tea bag. So what we do is we cut them out. Doesn't have to be too careful because we're going to burn round the edges in a minute. There we go, not brilliant, but like I say, it doesn't matter. Now we take an incense stick and just, obviously we're all grown-ups here, fire is hot and all that sort of thing, but just singe away at the very outside so that you can't see the pencil marks anymore. And if you want to, you can do little bits like that come in a little bit further, little holes in the middle, whatever you like. So do that to all of these. There we go, like that. So all different sizes, but that's absolutely fine, doesn't matter. So we now take a small piece of wire. This is just from the charity shop, so I don't know, it doesn't really matter what gauge it is or anything like that, it's just wire. And these from a bracelet, I guess, that my local charity shop break up a lot of their old jewellery that perhaps is a bit broken or not saleable, so they sell these little packets of the beads then for like 20-30p. So they're very useful little wooden beads in this case, but doesn't really matter, use whatever you've got. So pop the bead over the end like that and bend the wire back over. Give this one a little twist because it's come out a little bit far, but that's okay. It's not like it's a piece of jewellery or something, so it's not going to get used terribly much. You know, it's not going to have a lot of wear and tear on it. So now we have a piece of wire with a bead on the end. Now we take a piece of invisible thread, because it wouldn't be me without some invisible thread in a video. And I'm just going to attach this to the wire. Oops. Can't see it. There we go. So we just wrap it around a few times like that, so it's reasonably attached. Now we put one of our petals against the bead like that, and then wind the invisible thread round. I'll do it a couple of times, and then we'll put a piece, second petal, opposite the first one. Now, you might know better ways of doing all of these things, in which case you go for it, you do whatever you like. This is just something I found and thought that could work. So this is not the definitive how to make flowers, but they don't have to be. You can also paint the leaves, paint tea bags, so that the petals will be more brightly coloured. If the gloomy colours aren't for you. So we just sort of flatten them out a bit like that. Wiggle them round and then put the last one in. Like this. And then we take a little blob of super glue and endeavour not to glue ourselves to the work. So we shall hold that out of the way, move these bits down a little bit, and put, hopefully, because mine is starting to run out a little bit, a nice little blob of it all the way around here. It's not going to get seen from the top, so it's not too important. If it blobs a bit much in there. So I'll just hold it for a few seconds, and hopefully when I let go, it will have stuck and I won't have done. I don't know about you, but I've been stuck to a few projects in the past. Not for long, so don't panic. So it looks a bit messy at the moment. So we just chop off the invisible thread. Chop these little floofy bits off here. Some of the flowers that you might do might actually, chopping through the wire there, sensible me. There we go. Some of the other flowers you might do might have those little sort of fluffy bits underneath them, in which case that's fine. You can leave them where they are. So we'll just push this bit in, floof this bit out. I wonder where my petal, the fourth petal's gone. Somewhere in there. Doesn't really matter. And it looks like that. So then you can join it to some more if you want to. These have got somewhat squashed from moving again. So you could just wind it on with all the others and start creating your hydrangea. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel. It does make a huge difference to me, and it would be lovely to hear if you've enjoyed the video, if there's anything that you want to see or that you want me to do differently or anything like that. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. So have fun making your own little flowers. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.